Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna be ranking JJK characters. Uh, JJK is coming back pretty soon, so I kind of wanted to do that to kind of celebrate that as well as to get ready for it. I will be going over spoiler stuff, so if you're not caught up to the end of the manga, then you will get spoiled. So I'd click off now. Yeah. All right, let's get started. Oh yeah. To get started, S tier, best characters. A, great characters or good characters. B, good, just regular good characters. C, okay or just mid. D, to bad. F, just genuinely like the worst. And then literally no personality at all. It's right there. And I might explain it later when I come back to this, but I already put a few people in there. I might have missed a few, but I'll put them in there when I put them in there. All right, to get started, I'm not going to start with Yuji. Actually, yeah, I'm not going to start with Yuji. I'm going to drag him like just right here, right here. All right, so Megami. All right, so this might be a bit controversial, but I think Megami's like honestly an easier character. I won't act like he didn't get fumbled in spoilers for the Culling game actually. Part two, I would assume. He did get kind of fumbled after and like backseated after he got sealed, but I think that was kind of intentional. But honestly, his entire story, I think, was pretty decent to good. I really did like his like moment with Yuji near the end of the end of Shinjuku, where he like where he basically like explained that he isn't like him and he'll never be able to like uh rise to the occasion like Yuji could, and like their whole interaction was just like will peak. Especially when he like kind of just walks in after that. Like that was amazing. So I think he honestly does an A tier. I wouldn't say he's one of my favorites, but he's definitely up there. Well, honestly, he is probably like my favorite character. So I'm going off like objectively speaking. He has like missteps obviously, but which is why I can't put him in S tier. But I think he's S tier. Right, I think he's S tier in my heart at least. Right? No bar. All right. Nobara, honestly, depending on who you are, could go into any of these series. But if I have to go off my opinion of her, especially if we just use like season two, like specifically, we only go off season two, she's honestly like kind of an A to S tier character. Now, the problem with that, with spoilers ahead, is that she kind of gets fumbled like a lot, or even then with her like death. Uh, she's kind of still kind of I would say she's still fumbled a little bit depending on who you are. I disagree personally because I still kind of like her, but it was kind of just shoved into like a flashback, which I don't remember. It's been a while since I read the manga. If it existed in the manga, like the whole full length flashback, like literally she's about to die to Mahito. That you just get a whole flashback that just breaks pacing in my opinion, which is kind of funny. Just like the like catch you up on why she be like the sorcerer when like we kind of already knew. I don't think it like went in depth, but it was just a weird like writing decision for her. I still think she's a good character, but like with Shinjuku specifically when she like pops back in with her return, I thought the moment itself was good, but there was little to no build up. Like I remember there was like a throw off line. I think if you saw JJK Execution, you would know what I'm talking about, or if you read the manga, obviously. Well, like she said, like where Megami doesn't answer whether she's actually alive or not, but I don't think that's enough, if you know what I mean. And like, or I think his name is like Arata. Like when he says something, like she might be fine, she might be dead. I don't really think that was enough foreshadowing for that moment to be like, justify, if that makes sense, because she kind of just shows up. Or they like say, "Oh yeah, she just woke up." Like I think it was like an hour ago. We haven't told Yuji, so it'd be a surprise, and he wouldn't like he would stay locked in or whatever. Thought that was like, I mean, yeah, but like, eh, eh. So I don't. I thought the moment like when she shows up, like that was good, but like the writing to get there was kind of bad. But even then, I think I'd have her in B tier. I still like her. It's just that that whole like part of her character kind of like drags her down. So I think I'll still put her in B tier. But yeah, like for me personally, I think that drags her down to a B. I think she's still a good character, just not the best because of like circumstances like around all of like her moments. I do think her moments in especially like, part one, season one JJK and the beginning of JJK, she has good moments then. Obviously, like episode three is like her spotlight, her fight with Echizo. I think it's Echizo in Eso and Kechi Eso and Kechizo. I think is like I can probably just see down here. I think it's yeah somewhere down here. I don't know. Yeah, Eso and Kechizo. Yeah. I thought that moment, the double black flash was cool. The whole fight was cool. Her like role in it was pretty cool, especially like her moment where she like I think she hits herself with the nail. That was pretty cool. But overall, I just don't think I can justify putting her up here as with how much I like her. If I like look at it that way, maybe I'll move characters afterwards. Like if I just really want to put like let's say Namar up there, I will. But right now, I don't. I just don't think I can. Gojo. Okay, this might be a hot take. Like objectively speaking, I'd say he's a really good character. But for me, I wouldn't say C tier. I think he's also kind of just B tier. Like I don't get me wrong, I like him. I understand his story, especially hidden inventory. Like I understand why he's the way he is. He's interesting. He's interesting. But like I never understood like how people like Gojo more than Yuji, or like I can see how people like him more than Megami or Nobara. Like that makes sense. I gotta clarify. This isn't like if they're in the tiers, they're not necessarily like in order. Like Nobara isn't necessarily above Gojo. They're just both B tier. Which oh yeah, it's still a crazy sentence to some people. Which don't get me wrong, I think he's genuinely like a good character. I just can't. I just never really clicked with him like most people did. Like he has cool moments, cool. He has a cool fight with Sukuna, if you know, you know, in Shinjuku, which I think is one obviously one of the best fights in the series. But I just like him as a character. He's just it's never really grown on to me. He's a really deep one. It's just that for me, I just never really liked him as much as other people, if that makes sense. So B tier. Yeah, that's probably gonna make a few people upset. Man. Well, I doubt people would get upset. Man. Yeah. Maki. Honestly, I think she'll probably be the first one in S tier. I just really love Maki as a character, like her personality and character, as well as I just love the fight she has, especially with like her. Well, I guess it's not really a fight; it was a slaughter, honestly, with the whole Zenin clan. Once again, her fights in the Goodwill event, I believe it was, yeah, I think it was just Mai and Miwa. The Miwa one wasn't that crazy, but I think the Mai one was just really good. Yeah, like I said, her versus the Zenin clan, and then her versus Curse Naoya was really good. I also thought, like, in the raid, so in the Shinjuku raid, she was really cool in it. Like, when she showed up, like, after getting, like, pieced out by Sukuna again just to get him, I thought that was pretty cool. To get him again, that was pretty cool. Uh, also just really like her design as well as like her, like heavenly restrictions in general. I think it's a really cool concept, especially with like how JJK's like power system works. So I think that also goes in for it. And I just really think in general, she's just like everything you want in like a side character, if that makes sense. Like she's cool, for at least to me, she's cool. She has good fights. She has an interesting motivation and backstory and character development and she has a complete arc, which obviously like you need a complete arc, but her complete arc is actually good and it makes sense. Alrighty, Inumaki. Inumaki's going in C tier. Uh, he's kind of like I don't think he's a bad character. He's just kind of there for me. He was cool in Goodwill, I guess. Didn't really do much after that. He was cool in Zero. I mean, for like the one thing he did, but other than that, like I guess like trying to kill Gato, I guess is pretty cool. But other than that, like I just think he's okay. Like he's there in the background. He's funny, I guess, with his like gimmick of like saying like ingredients. I think it's sushi. Oh my God, sushi ingredients. But other than that, I just think he's kind of okay. I don't think he's bad. I don't think he's like D tier okay. But yeah, Panda honestly goes same place. He's kind of just D tier, not D tier, C tier. I mean, he's just okay. I think. I mean, I liked. I guess him like. I guess like I can't really. Yeah, I don't know if I really like that. I was gonna say him like fighting Kashima, but it was really just kind of like a slaughter. Honestly, I guess the moment was kind of cool where he like I think it was like he unleashed his like third sibling, his sister. But like other, but even that was kind of. I did like how he came like a little tiny panda thing. That was kind of cute, and, like, especially if you read Modulo, which there probably will, because I saw Modulo characters on this list. There'll probably be Modulo spoilers. So if you haven't read that, if you're not caught up with JJK or you haven't read that, I would click off when I get there, or I would skip past whenever I'm talking about it. Which I might timestamp it. I would have to check. If I don't, then sorry, but yeah. I think he's cool. How he became like a little like pan. I mean, I already said it was a full spoiler video, but yeah. But I like how he became a tiny little panda thing. It was pretty cool. And how he like shows up in Modula. Like he just like as like a little like background figure. He doesn't really do much, but it's kind of fun that he's still there and he's still alive. That's pretty cool. Yuta. I think Yuta also goes in A tier. I might. Eh, no, I think he stays in A tier. I think he's also an easy character. I think I would put him in S, but he does have a few problems for me. Like, and it's honestly all stemming in Shinjuku. It's more so because like, well, not because how he performed in Shinjuku. I think he was fine in that. Honestly, like I know a lot of people that would like him taking Gojo's body was like controversial. I think it was, at least I remember it being like my friends were freaking out about it. We were reading it, but I'm still like the character, like his like whole like misunderstanding of like if we need to beat a monster, I should become a monster, like Gojo or Sukuna. But everyone around him was telling him like, and it's even said like after the fact that he was like that was the wrong decision. His character made the wrong decision. And then he just kind of doesn't get punished for it, which kind of like frustrates me because I feel like if you make that decision, there should be like a permanent like consequence, or there should be like a decision like taking someone else's body, like becoming a quote monster. I think that should like have like a way bigger consequence than it did. It kind of frustrates me that it didn't. He just gets to go back to his body and just gets a scar and that's it. Like it's a little frustrating. But like regarding that, that's why I don't want to put him in like S tier. Because I still think overall he's good. I like him in Cooling Games, obviously. Like he was great in that Itadori execution in Cooling Games. Like I kind of like, and obviously I like how he's like putting up a front. That was really funny. But like I just can't really. And I think he's just a good character in general. He also has good fights. Probably also one of the best fights. Three, well, not. I guess it's technically four if you count the grasshopper, not grasshopper, cockroach. But uh, he had one of the best fights, honestly. In JJK, one of my favorites at least. So that also is why he's up there. I think he's just a fun character. I think if his conclusion was handled better, or we got like more of like him, we might, because module isn't done, get more of him, like in flashbacks or something. He probably would have been higher. It's just that I just don't like how he ended in JJK. like honestly at all. Have you any thoughts about how like Yuna's character like ended up? Let me know in the comments. Mine, I think she's also a pretty decent character. Uh, I think her motivation, like, well, I don't know if she really says this, but like wanting Maya to come back, or like her, like, no, it wasn't Maya. Come back. Her resentment towards Maya because she essentially like kind of like not necessarily ruined her life, but got pretty close. Well, no, it was kind of ruining her life by like leaving the Zen clan and like abandoning it. I thought that was interesting, for especially Maya's character as well, but for both of them, or but for Maki as well as too. I thought that was like an interesting perspective of both of them, and it really like makes you like because when I first saw her like with Toto, I was like, she had like funny dialogue, but she's like whatever. I mean, I don't really know much about her. Like you get to really like feel for her, like especially because like she didn't really choose for like how she ended up, right? Little to no curse energy, a technique she can't use. Well, we'll get there, but like a technique she can't utilize properly, and then like probably like the worst clan of all time, honestly. Like she got dealt the worst hand, and it just didn't help that like Maki did what she did by leaving the clan, which I think Maki should have still ended up leaving. But it's just interesting seeing like the fallout, like she's the fallout because of it, and especially during like the Zen clan like massacre, right? Her character for that and like her gifted like giving her life to help Maki in creating the sword. I thought that was really like cool for her. So I think she's a solid like side character as well. Really good. I believe this. I think her name's Momo Nishimiya. Uh, Nishimiya Momo. Honestly, and it's a fight between bad to worse. Like I just don't. I don't. I already don't care about her, but she's also just kind of lame. Nobara just styles on her. She gets beat up by like a Kenjaku. She's kind of just there, and she's kind of just annoying. So yeah, Miwa. I mean, obviously, like this was like agenda, she'd be like up here, but she's kind of just Momo, but just not annoying. Like she's a little funny, I guess, but I don't really care about her. Honestly, I guess her moment against Kenjaku was all right, but like she's just kind of okay. Mekamaru's interesting. I think he's also kind of a B tier character. I think at least, which maybe this will bump her up, but I don't think so. I think her like his like whole like motivation of wanting to get back to Meanwhile and trying to like trap and create this plan to defeat like the disaster curses specifically like Mahito was like interesting. I think his motivation is interesting, especially like how he like started out like broken like the SpongeBob guy. My bones are made of glass. I like fall asleep to my heart attacks, dude. I forget the exact like quote, but it's pretty funny. I mean, that's well, not him specifically, but the video, the SpongeBob one's funny. But anyways, I thought his like whole like dynamic with that, with the opposite heavenly restriction that gives him like limitless curse energy, like almost boundless, like you to curse energy for the exchange of his like body being like torn up. That was an interesting concept, and like I like how he was executing the goodwill of that. Like his fight with the panda was pretty decent, cool, and his fight with Mahito was like really good. And he also has like really good like characterization there, especially Ultimate Mechamaru. That's fire. He did kind of go out like a little like disappointing for like someone like Wiz, but I don't think he was ever gonna win that fight with Mahito. If I could be honest, I don't even think I would want him to because obviously we would lose like one of the best moments ever. So yeah, I think he's a good character. He serves like for how long he's in the story, he serves his time well. And yeah, Kamo. Also is easier. Honestly, I almost forgot that he wasn't calling games, if I can be real. He's kind of just there. I feel like I can't remember what he really did, if I can be real. Maybe I need to reread JJK, but like I remember him Goodwill. Like he fought Megami, then I think he helped against Hanami. I just don't remember anything else. He was kind of just there on like even then he was kind of just there. But I guess this fight with Megami was okay. You got to see like what Megami could do, but like I don't know. He's just. Toto S tier, I don't even know, like, this isn't really a discussion. He's kind of the, not, I wouldn't say he's the best character, but he's might as well be up there. Like, if, spoilers for, Yuji wasn't in the series, he would be my favorite character. Well, if Yuji and Choso weren't in the series, he would be. He's funny, like, like, he fits every quality, right? He's funny, strong, cool, has good fights, is interesting, especially like he's like, which I thought was kind of interesting because I didn't really think about it. But his speech with to Yuji when he shows up is really interesting. Like him saying like we are the exception. I forget the poem exactly, but it's like an old poem I think. And then him saying we are the exception, like the meaning of the poem that like everything comes to fade. And like I can't remember what it was exactly, but I just thought the moment itself was like really good. Like him saying that they're the exception. They're like and they will like persevere in like all jujutsu. I think it was all jujutsu sorcerers are persevere instead of like stagnate or whatever. I thought that was really cool. Obviously, like his arms are just the instrument like thing was really cool. Him and Shinjuku, him showing up was legendary. He honestly like put in work during the raid when he was there. Like, he was one of the characters there for I want to say the not the least amount of time because he did do work with Yuta, but like he wasn't with the main fight for most of it. But when he was there, he literally just cooked up. He tanked I think two Black Flashes. Hell, like brought you brought Sukuna to like the ropes. And, like he was coughing up fingers, which is funny. I don't even know how those were still in there. I think Sukuna might want to check on that because he's not digesting anything. Which is yeah. But that was fire. Him just hitting the Vibra slap on his head was funny. And also, but like he was genuinely just cool in that. And he's honestly not even like that deep of a character, if that makes sense. Like he has like his moments and he's interesting. His motivation is kind of funny. He's like tied to like important characters like Yuji, and like I think I guess you could say Mahito. I might be blanking on someone else. I guess maybe I don't want to talk about that. But he's tied to like interesting characters, except maybe. But and he's just kind of cool, honestly. Like he's probably like if I didn't have Chota, he's probably my favorite side character in JJK minus Maki. Which I mean, this isn't necessarily in order. Okay, but I mean, I'll define my clear first at the end of it. Well, it might be, I might have already like spoiled it, but it's whatever. But yeah, Toto's just great. Cool technique, cool everything else, cool like cool like dialogue, funny dialogue. Like what woman is? Okay, like I love that moment with like Megami. I think it was before Goodwill. I mean, obviously it was, but I love that moment with like Megami where he's like, "What woman is your type?" He's like, and he does that with everyone. But like when Megami responds, I guess someone with a good personality, he's not even upset that like that's what he said. He's not even upset that like he didn't say anything that he didn't want. It's just that he said something so boring, which is funny. Like he said, if you said, oh my God, I'm like mincing my words right now. If you said that you like dudes, I'd be fine with that. It's just not anything boring, which is really funny. Like that one like image of him just crying with a blank face is just hilarious. He's just a good character. Arata, D tier. I mean, he's cool for like I guess saving Novara, but other than that, he doesn't really do anything except I want to say Glaze. Like he like Glaze is like Yuji or something. It was Yuji or Toto. He's just I don't remember if he even does anything after that. Junpei, for the time he's there, honestly, I think I say he's B tier as well. I mean, he was good. He was good for the time he was there. Interesting, understandable character, like dealing with like bullying and stuff, and turning out the way he did. I think he's like a tragic character, and he's also well executed. I just don't think he's like really up there for me. So I don't think I can put him higher than like here. I do like the tragedy that like he couldn't like join the main cast or anything. Like I think that's tragic, and that kind of sucks. But yeah, I think he's a good character. I don't really have him that high. I can't really think I would put him higher than this. Yaga, he's C tier. I mean, I like his like moment, like asking why Yuji wants to be sorcerer, like talking about that. He doesn't, from what I remember, he like talks in like hidden inventory and he does stuff, but I don't remember if he did anything too major other than telling Gojo that like ghetto swapped. He's like I said, he's just like a side character that's just kind of there. He doesn't really do much except honestly like that first initial moment with Yuji, and then and then like I said, hidden inventory. He's like their teacher. But then after that, he kind of just dies. So he didn't do anything else. But I think he talks to what's his face, the old guy. Oops, I think he talks to the old guy. I'm blanking on his name, but talks to him. I think he's in here. I don't see him at all. Gakuganji, actually. I think he like talks to him before he dies, but other than that, like kind of just there. Nanami, A tier. I think he's a really good character. Cool technique. I mean, I said that with a lot of characters, but really cool technique. Honestly, one of my favorites. Like, including everything he probably said, like the ratios, I think is really cool. He's also kind of a tragic character, but in a different, well, kind of the same sense, considering he meets his end the same way as Junpei. But I think he was just really good for the time he was there. I love his design, especially with him just not with like the suit jacket, just the blue shirt. I love that design part, like specifically. And I love his like moment, his fights too as well. And I guess I really like how he's just like really just into work. That's really funny to me. And like how his like even like his like in like power like increased from his like binding vow. Whenever he's off hours, he gets like stronger. That's really funny. And it's also cool. It's a cool showcase of binding vows. But but the tragedy part of his character, I think that's really good how that was handled. I like how he handles Dagon's domain. He's a really smart character, and yeah, he's pretty good. He's pretty good. He's one of my favorites. Not S tier favorite, but he's up there. Utahime, I mean, I guess she like helps with the 200% hollow purple, but I don't really care for her. She's kind of just meh. Mei is F tier. I don't think I have to explain this. I mean, like, if you want to say like character wise, she serves her purpose. Like, she's like the reason, like she's one of the reasons why like Jujutsu Society is the way it is. She's like greedy, uh, stuck up, gross, a predator, a lot of bad things. I think my alarm is going off. I'm, like recording this at like 1 o'clock, I think. But that's besides the point. I don't know if that's getting picked up, but it's whatever. But she's just a lot of bad things. Like I think character wise, she serves her purpose well. Like if we're like ranking her off of like do not put this out of context. If we're ranking her off of like her fulfilling like her duty well as like a character like as like the like a bad sorcerer or someone who's fine, which I guess she's not fine with the status quo because it affects her victim. I mean brother, Wee Wee. She would be S tier because like fulfills her purpose well. But I'm doing this off of my opinions, and I think she's just like trash incarnate, honestly, and has the worst cover. Itadori, S tier. I think I'm gonna go into it more later, but just know I think he's above all. Like I think he's above everyone. Honestly, he's my favorite character. I'll probably go into it later. If I forget, I'll probably record in like another like segment, like once I'm editing or like once I'm looking through the footage. But for now, I'm gonna put him at the top, and I'll explain why later. I'm just gonna put this here. Just saw that. Gakuganji, I guess he's kind of here too, honestly. I mean, he fulfills his role well, kind of just like a dog for Jujutsu Society, but like, I mean, I don't want to really say he's like C tier though. I don't really like him. Like, he fulfills his role well, I guess. He's okay. He's kind of just there. Yeah, really. I mean, kills Yaga, I guess. That's kind of yeah. I mean, it's kind of sucky for him to do, but I guess he was forced to. Other than that, I think he's just okay. I mean, oh, I mean, he does. I think he becomes like the next head of Jujutsu Society. I think, if I have to remember. But other than that, he doesn't really do anything. That was after all the higher ups were killed. Kusakabe, honestly, if I put him here, I feel like I gotta put Nobara. Okay, I'm gonna move. Okay, I'm gonna move Gojo and Nobara up because I want to put Kusakabe in A tier. Because I feel like it'd be unfair to have him in A tier, but not Gojo or like Nobara. Because I do like, because I honestly like him equal to these two, but I feel like he should be in A tier. I just love Kusakabe. He's funny. He's simple. He's honestly like he's one of the MVPs of the of Shinjuku Showdown. Like he's the one who gets everyone who needs the training to have the training, the swap training with Wee. He's pretty cool. He holds his own against Sukino pretty well. Like I said, his personality is like, I really don't want to be here. Please let me get out of here. And I like how he's like kind of low key strong, if that makes sense. Like he's not really like strong like we know I don't really know how to explain this well, but like he's strong because I'm pretty sure it was stated he's the strongest grade one, which I don't know how true that is. I mean like Hikari is considered grade one, but like somehow he's stronger than him. Maybe it's no, I think he was special grade one. I forget. It was like a stupid extra title, but I just really like him. I just really vibe with him. Honestly, no, I think I'm moving Nobara back down. I'll keep Gojo up there, but I'm moving Nobara down. EGT. I think he's funny. That's pretty much it. It's kind of funny. Like I like how he helped with the 200% as well. I guess that was cool. He's funny early series. I don't really remember if he shows up in Cooling Games at all. But he's really funny early series. Akari, she's kind of there. She's kind of funny. She's kind of also just there, but I like her unlike the rest of these characters. Like I guess I don't dislike Momo, but like not Momo, Miwa, but like she's just kind of I just don't like her as much as her. So yeah. Gato, I think he's going either A or B tier. I'll think about it. I'll talk through him. So I think I like his character. I like his whole arc, especially well minus the racism, but that's besides the point. Uh I like his whole arc from like him going to be like, we need to uphold Jujutsu Society and protect the and we need to use it to protect the weak and et cetera, et cetera. I like how he like changes progressively like after his like encounter with Soji. I do like minus like how much he uses it. Like it kind of feels like I mean, obviously he's using it as a slur, but like how the line that you got beat by just a curseless monkey. I think that was like I like how that kind of like stuck with him and that really like affected him. Uh, I just really like him. I think curse manipulation is also really cool. Honestly, I think he goes in easier too. He's just and I like him in Zero as well. I mean, I think Zero is just okay, but he was a really like charismatic villain in it. I don't know if I don't think I read Zero as a manga. I just remember watching it. But yeah, Kenjaku. I think I like Kenjaku. I think he's B tier. I think I think he's B tier. Like I think he's probably like objectively speaking the best villain in JJK, but I just don't really click with it. It's the same thing with Gojo, honestly. Like I don't really click in it. Like realistically, he might be here, but I just don't care for him that much. I just think he's kind of cool. I think he's interesting. His like character, like his motivation is interesting. Trying to create chaos that not even he can control or predict. I think that's cool. I guess like the only thing I could say is that he's kind of like I'm looking at Gojo right now, and I feel like I want to move him back down, but I don't know. I'm just gonna keep. Uh, no, I'm keeping. Okay, I'm keeping here. I feel like I'm moving Nobara up, and I'm moving him down. Okay, but I kind of just feel like he doesn't click as well with me. I thought his fight with what's his name? Takaba was cool. I liked his okay, maybe I'll move him up. I don't know. 'Cause I'm thinking about it and I like his fight with Choso and Yuki as well. Like I think that's really good. I think he has good fights. He's interesting. Yeah, I think I'm actually gonna put him in A tier. Honestly, I will say I still feel like he's probably like my least liked out of this tier so far, but yeah. Sukino, I'm gonna use his other portrait, but Sukino, I just think he's obviously one of the best characters. I think honestly he's more like people like to write him off as like a simple, and I don't think he's like crazy complex, but I feel like people write him off as like super extremely simple, but he honestly really isn't. I feel like he's really poetic, weirdly. He's honestly like his philosophy is simple, but it's really engaging, and I kind of like at the end where he like admits that maybe he did take the wrong path in life, and maybe he was wrong, how he like conducted himself, and how he feels like he'll move forward in the future. It's not really a redemption, if that makes sense, because he still loses and he's still destroyed. And I mean, you could argue Yuji forgives him, but like I don't really necessarily feel like that's what he meant. He just meant that you are like my curse, and I accept you for that. I felt like that's what he meant. I really just think he was just a well executed. You could, like I said, you can argue he's one of the more simpler villains in like all of Shonen, but I feel like he was just really well executed. Mahito. Oh God, Mahito. I think Mahito's like I don't really like Mahi. I think he's a good character. I just don't really like him. Okay, I had to cut real quick, but I'm back. I think I was talking about Mahito. I think he's okay. I think he's more okay. I think he's a good character. I just don't really like him at all. It's like honestly, I kind of want to put him down here because I don't really like him, but like as a character, okay, what I'll do is like as a character, honestly, I think, or you know what, he's like two things right here. Right? I can use that. I think as a character, he's like right here, even here. Like if you argue by like how well utilized he is, like he has a complete character arc and everything. Uh, I think the only thing that was kind of like character-wise that was about him was like his ending was kind of pathetic, but I think that was intentional. So I think like character-wise, you'd put him up here, but I don't like him, so I'm putting him down here. Like if I can be real, like he's a good character, great character even. Like you could even argue one of the best, but I don't care because I don't like him and he sucks and he smells bad and he's ugly, fat, and stupid. Jogo though he gets a B tier. I like Jogo. Hanami is kind of just there. I don't really care about Hanami. She's a little, she's okay. Like, she was cool in Goodwill, had a good fight with a Yuji. Well, I guess everyone technically at Goodwill, but it's like obliterated by a Gojo. I think that's kind of it. I kind of wish, if anything, we got to learn more about her domain, but other than that, she's alright. Dagon, I don't really care for. I think the tension of like his I think he is one of the like the good the better fights in Shibuya. The whole like domain sequence and like the whole sequence like Toji. Like him himself is kind of just like he's there. Same thing with like Hanami, honestly. Like a really good fight, but kind of just meh character. Curse Boom, it's going right there. Choso is S tier, probably. Like I said, this isn't necessarily well, except usually at number one, but this isn't necessarily in order, but Choso, he would be number two. It like honestly would go like this if I had like a top five. I don't know if anyone else will make it up in here. I'll see when I get there, but honestly, this would be like probably like my top five in order. Like they're all like really all really good, but Choso specifically, I think Choso is just a really good character. I especially like when he finds out that Yuji like might be his brother because of his uncanny ability to sense like whenever his brothers are in danger or like dead. I think that's really cool. Like aside like from the rest of his development, but I do think the rest of his development is really good. I love his fight with Naoya, how he like outsmarts him with like well, I don't know if he necessarily outsmarted him, but the use of the blood wave was really cool. I really like that. Uh, it's like his character in general though. Like I said, he had a good. I think I said with Kinjaku, he's good fights. He's interesting. I just like him even more so. He's just really cool. Like I said, probably my second favorite character. Maybe I should give him more explanation as to why, but I just really like his bond with Yuji. And how it's different from every other character. Yeah, he's pretty cool. All right, I'm back. I don't know if you noticed. Well, you probably will now because I said something, but I had to cut because I was coughing. I was talking too long, so I got like a cup of water. But yeah, Choso was he's just one of my favorites. Eso, okay. For what he does, I think his technique I think his design in Wing King is a little stupid, but I think for like what he does, he serves, he's okay. He gets styled on by Nobara and Yuji, so there's that. Eso, F because he's ugly. Or Kechizu, not Eso. Kechizu, F because he's ugly, and I don't like how he looks. Yeah. Anyways, Rame, honestly, I don't really care for Rame. I think the epilogue we got, if you didn't know, they got JJK epilogues. I think the epilogue we got with Rame was really interesting, but I don't really think that makes up like the rest of their inclusion. They're kind of just there to be Sukuna's like top like subordinate laser supporter and just kind of listening to Kenjaku to like Sukuna's like back in power, I guess. Like I said, they're kind of just there. I don't really care for Rame that much. Like I think their technique's really cool. Yeah, Rame gets C tier. Bosque also C. I mean, he's kind of interesting actually from what we learned about him. I think it's really interesting from what we learn about him. And I think he's an interesting like device used in the story. Uh, for specifically like moving along as well as like what we learn about him later and what he represents as like Sukuna's like twin. I think it's interesting like the curse he places upon Yuji and with like having to save people and how that kind of like how he means well with it. He doesn't want Yuji to end up like him, lonely and only having like Yuji at his side, having no friends, etc., etc. I think that's really like interesting. But I also like how like those good intentions inadvertently kind of curse Yuji into becoming like this really like later after Shibuya, or the tail end of Shibuya, this really despondent and like kind of like self like loathing person. Like his desire to want to save people as well, like placing that in him and then kind of curse. Like I think he even says that like that's his curse. Like I think that was a really interesting writing decision. I also like it that we know that like he did not trust like he knew something was up like because we don't know if he even has like a curse technique or anything. We have no reason to believe he does considering they just grew up normally. But I kind of like it how he was like immediately suspicious, which obviously you should be in that situation where like Kenjaku comes back as your dead like daughter-in-law. Like that's kind of sus like immediately. So I'm glad that like I don't know if he takes him Yuji away before or like after. Well, not before, but I mean like after he realizes something's up, or like it's after like Jin dies or whatever. But I like how he does that. It's really cool. Like I said, I like what he kind of represents as opposed to Sukuna. Takada. I'm not. I mean, like obviously she has like a personality, but like we don't really know about her, so I'm just gonna put her in there. Sumiki, honestly, is kind of just not that good of a character at all. Kind of disappointed with the way she was used. Like she's honestly like I don't want to say this, but like she's kind of like a fridge character. If you don't know what fridging is, it's like so essentially I don't remember like the exact story, but like essentially Green Lanterns. I don't remember which Green Lantern it was, but Green Lantern's girlfriend gets like killed and then put in a fridge, and that's used to like boost that Green Lantern's development. I can't remember which one it was, but it comes from that essentially. She's kind of just a character completely, and you could argue that Wasuke is also that way, which maybe that means he should go in here, but I feel like he's utilized, like if you're gonna do that, he was utilized better. But like they set up like Sunki, like just being like have like we only see her a few times before in like flashbacks, but we don't really know. I feel like we don't know enough about her. We don't get enough of her to actually care about her. So I feel like she should just be. I just don't think she fulfilled as much well. She kind of just used to be there, like to have Megami have a motivation, and then just have that snuffed away to like boost him. But like after that, she's kind of just. I mean, she's kind of just Erosia, which I think is kind of whatever. Junpei's mom, she's okay, I guess. Ozawa, alright, I guess. Her epilogue was fine. Uh, Korak, I don't really care about Korak. Yeah, he's cool. I mean, I like how he got like bodied by Sukuna, but he's still considered crazy strong. I like how you utilized him in the raid. I thought his moments against Sukuna was cool. I like uh I like his motivations for joining the raid. I thought it was really cool that he just wants to pretty much secure like his like remaining like family's like safety, honestly. I think he's just overall kind of chill. He's just a really chill character. His dialogue's funny. He also provides interesting lore about the series. We get little like lore about like outside of Japan, but I think he's interesting that we learn that there are other sorcerers out there. It's just mostly concentrated in Japan, but there are like sorcerer tribes in like Africa and maybe a few other places. I don't know if we know, but if there's other than Africa and Japan, but it's really cool. Haruto, he's also F tier. I just don't really care about him. He's just evil little guy. He's kind of like honestly just a more annoying, corny, stupid looking Sukuna. If that makes sense. Like simple villain. Like, I mean, his technique is cool. It's funny that like he doesn't know what it does really. I think that's what it is. But yeah, it's kind of just meh. Uh, Mimiko and Nanako, I think it's their names. They're all right. They're kind of stupid in Shibuya, but I really like their motivations. It's kind of cute because like Geto was kind of like their pseudo father, so I like how that's really like the reason why they want Sukuna to bring him back. I think that's cute. I think it's interesting for like a short term motivation. And I guess it kind of makes sense. I just still think it's kind of silly that you think Sukuna would listen to you, but they're okay for what they do. They're okay. Larue, he's kind of in the same, not the same boat, but like he's also part of that like group. He's kind of just okay. I like what he did in the raid. I don't think we really learned much about him other than his technique. If we do, I don't remember. But I think he's just chill. I mean, I like his design. I think it's a little funny, but his technique and it's pretty cool. I think it's like heart catching. He like divert attention. It's pretty cool. Rika, I think I'm gonna. I mean, Rika doesn't really do much. If we're talking about Zero Rika, because technically well, it's kind of weird knowing like another like spoiler for Modula like skip like I want to say like 30 seconds past this. I think she's like interesting how like she might be still alive. I thought she was like considered like dead, but like I guess like part of her really did like her to the ring because I thought she was just a Shikigami or well I guess she still could have the personality of Rika as a Shikigami, but like it looks like there's still part of her there, but yeah, I don't think Rika's F tier. I think I'm gonna put her. Honestly, I might just put her in C tier. I think she's interesting though. Yeah, I think she's interesting. We'll see more in Module. I don't really remember if she talked much. I don't know if I'm just misremembering, but I don't remember if she really talked much in like regular JJK proper. Shoko's okay. She's just really a background character. I mean, I know I've seen like a video like going like talking about her like, more in depth, and she seemed more interesting based on like what that video like talked about. But like, I still don't really think she's that crazy. She's just kind of there. She's not there in a bad way. Like, I don't think if you remove her, the story will stay the same or it'll be like better. So yeah, like honestly, I think like with F and like D tier, minus Arata, I guess, but or like Urahime, obviously. Well, obviously not many of these characters. You could, I feel like if you remove them, I wouldn't be like really upset per se, but obviously they still have like good moments and stuff, except Mei obviously, and Sumiki, and I mean Hirata is part of a good moment, and so I guess it's correct in getting styled on, and but like basically they kind of exist to get styled on or be a predator, which is what Mei is. So yeah, Haibara, he's kind of honestly like I know weirdly enough, like I know people like him a lot. He's kind of just there. I don't really care for him. Rico, she's okay, and I don't think she is. She's kind of just sits here as well. I just don't really care for her. I mean, I care for her. Like, I think her plight with being a star plasma vessel is interesting, but for like obvious reasons, like think about it character wise. I feel like she goes up here because like her like ending is is really tragic. But like once again, I mean, obviously it's intentional, but like, I really like how it was done, where she finally like realizes, no, this isn't what she wants to do. I want to live. I want to like. I don't want to be absorbed. Maybe this isn't that important to me after all, just for that when she wants to live to just get snapped out of existence like that. Like I think that's really like that was a really good writing decision. I think that was I mean it's tragic, but like it was really like well it was like really it was done well to like motivate I guess like and push like Geto and Gojo onto like their path. I think you could also argue this is the case of Fridging, but I feel like it's different because well one she's an actual character. She's like personality, everything. And two, like it's shown a tragedy that it's like it's shown in the lens of a tragedy. Oh my God, that she doesn't want to die, and she finally finds the will to live and doesn't want to just be sacrificed. Like maybe this isn't such a big deal to her after all. I find that interesting. I think that was really good. I think that's why she really isn't like a fridge character. If that makes sense. She's just kind of more like just a regular character to the maid. She was okay. I mean, she was not bad okay, so I guess she would go here, but she was just there. I mean, I guess I don't think I was always bad okay either, but she doesn't really do much for me. I mean, honestly, I think I'm just gonna put her here. I don't really care about her. Uh, Toji, honestly, I think he's also S tier. I just like Toji a lot. He's funny. Like I said, he fits like all like the things like I like. He's funny, cool, not technique, I guess, but like cool power concept. Great fights in moments, especially I like his like quote unquote fight with Megami. I think that's really good. Uh, he just kind of fits like I said, everything I like in a character. He's kind of tragic as well with how his like mistreatment by the Zenny clan and his like underlying care like which that he forgot of his son and like why he was even doing most of this in the first place was for him or why he even left the sorcerer life in the first place was for him until like his wife died and kind of like fell out of that Like I like how he was tragic in that sense, but it has like a mix of everything. It's nice. Kong, like that is like coworker, fixer. I mean, he's okay. He doesn't like make me a. He doesn't really like do anything for me. You know, B's here. I like his technique. I like he's funny. I watched JJK and Dub. I've seen it in sub as well, but like I watched most of it in dub. His dub voice is funny. In the manga, I like what he does in the raid. He's kind of just there, but I mess with him. So yeah. Wee Wee, he's here. He's a victim. I mean, if we include Module, I kind of like him less. So actually, put him down here. He's kind of just there. I mean, he's not there. He does a lot in Shinjuku. Technically, he does stuff in Shibuya. I don't remember if he did anything in Clone Games. I might keep blanking on that, but he's okay to bad, honestly. He's okay to bad instead of like okay, like meh to okay. So I'm putting him in a few. Because and like in Modula, he kind of just like disappoints me, honestly. I mean, I guess he doesn't really disappoint me because like you could say he was like well groomed into being like he was, but like I think it's just kind of lame that he's like generic evil guy in Modula. Like, it's lame. Or I guess he's not evil, but like he's like thinking, which I think he had a point with like sorcerers nowadays are weak and like I want my kid. I think those are his kids, or maybe just his disciples to not be like that. So I want them to witness this to see true jujutsu. Like I guess I think I'm paraphrasing that. But like I thought that was interesting, I guess. But like I just don't really like him outside of that. Like I said, he does a lot. I just don't really like him. Nabi says anything. I don't really like him. He has like a cool fight, I guess, then just gets packed up. Cool technique. Bad person, obviously. Yeah, I like how he. I mean, I like how he got like pretty much swindled the clan by like Toji, which makes Megami that. I think that was funny. But yeah, he's kind of just lame. Kogai is kind of funny. C tier. Ogami. Oh, that's not Ogami. It's Remy. Ogami's just kind of there. I don't really care about her. Monopoly Man. Don't really care about it. Remy. I don't really care about her or really like her, so I'm just gonna put her. Yuki. Honestly, I just wish that she was like she had more time in the story. Uh, yeah, I think I really wish she had more time in the story. She has a really cool fight with Kenjaku. Uh, I like her personality. She's funny. I like how she was like the one who started like the what kind of like what woman is your type thing. I think that's funny and pretty cool. Like Soda got that from her. I think her like motivation is cool, but I do it kind of frustrates me how she kind of sets Geto into action, like entertaining his idea. Like I guess she didn't really believe in that, but it's just funny to me how she does that. It's a little annoying, but like it's more funny than annoying. But honestly, I think if I got Eno in here, I think I should have to. I think I have her in here, but she kind of disappointed me with how little she ended up doing overall. Hikari is A tier. He's just the best. He's the best A tier character, honestly. Not really. I like Megami more, but and Nami, but like and Yuta, but okay, he's not the best. But I just like him. He's funny. He's really some. He's a static. He's a static character, which is fine. But he's like a really good static character. Like he doesn't need development to work because he's just that guy. It's funny, cool, like cool technique. Also one of the best fights in Falling Games, which I don't know if we're getting it in a part one. I think we are. They showed Kashimo, so I have to assume we're getting something. But if we're not getting that, we'll at least get the Eugene like Charles Bernard one. But he's really funny. Kiara, that's not Kiara, that's Bernard. Kiara's okay. She's fine. I don't really know if that much. I mean, her fight with Megami was alright. She's like cool when she's with Kokari. She shows up in the raid, I guess, but like Don't really remember if she did anything. I think she like I think she carried out Higuruma with Wee Wee, but I don't remember. I don't really remember well. Charles Bernard, C tier. He's cool, I guess. I like his technique. He's interesting, I guess. Yeah, he's kind of fine. I think he's a cool concept of a character. I find it funny how he got like time in the epilogue. And Naoya, I think Naoya is like just the better Nobito, if that makes sense. Like honestly, I want like okay, this might be crazy. I want to put him here, but mainly because of just how like an absolute like I feel like he's like Mahito, but he actually has charisma, if that makes sense. Like he sucks. He's genuinely a bad person, like one of the worst people. Like he fits every box. He's misogynistic. He's weird. He's kind of he's cocky, cocky, arrogant, along with those other things. A little weird. Like he's I mean, I already said he's a weirdo, I think, but he like makes it like with the way he is. He's just so into it that like he just doesn't care, which I think is just really funny. I like how he gets like snuffed out by like Maki, the way he does twice, by the way, which is hilarious. I think he's like he's the perfect representation of like why the Zenning clan is as bad as they are. I'm gonna put Naoya Curse in here. I just really like how he like represents that, how Maki like just cuts him down. But yeah, like realistically speaking, he's like F tier, in, like everything. Like he's like he would be like down here with Mei Mei, but I think he's more charismatic. He just somehow avoids that, but still gets coached by Maki. So yeah, like I gotta clarify, and it's not like I like his character, but like if he's like a real person, obviously I would not mess with him if I knew all the stuff he does and how he talks. Like says some weird, like he says weird stuff about. I don't think they're siblings, but I think those are his cousins. Like he's a weird dude, but he's funny. Also gets beat up. Has one of the coolest techniques. It's only when Nabito they have cool techniques, but other than that, they kind of just he's kind of just a bad dude. But he does the story plot part well in the story. And I think he's charismatic. Ogi's in F tier. Tengen I think was just kind of misutilized, honestly. Like I don't think she's a bad character, but like yeah, she's just kind of she's just kind of there. She's important, like the merger and stuff like that. Merger barriers. I think a few other things. Like she's really important, but she just is like honestly like a plot device. Like Miro. So she's just kind of there. Uh, Genie Sidori, I'm honestly putting him here. He doesn't really do much except like care like his wife. I guess he serves his part well, but like we don't learn anything more than his wife died and then she came back, and he didn't care that about that. He just wanted zombie cheeks, bro. Yeah, don't care about I don't remember like jet plane head. Don't care about helicopter head. Honestly, they're just going after you. I'm going, no, I'll put him in D tier. They don't like offend me. Uh, Amai is also he's he's D tier. He's okay, I guess. Higuruma, A tier. Honestly, S tier. I love Higuruma. He's also up there. I love his like arc. I love how like fast he like develops like in story. Like obviously he doesn't develop that. I mean, you could say it's fast, but like JJK is short. But I just love how he develops. He's pretty cool. Uh, Coolest, honestly, one of the coolest, if not the coolest curse technique. Like I think I like what's it called? Nanami's better, but he's a close second, like real close second. And I just really like how he is in the story, like especially his fight with Yuji and the whole narrative behind it. It's really cool. Reggie, he's chill. Hazunoki, I don't really care for. Angel, she's okay. I know a lot of people dislike Angel, but I mean, she's fine. I don't get why they dislike her. I guess the only thing I'd really think of is like that when she gets tricked by Sukuna. Like, I agree that's stupid, but like, I mean, she hasn't really been or I guess not Angel. I think it was technically Hana who got tricked. Angel didn't get tricked, but like, she didn't really I don't know. I'm struggling to articulate this, but like she doesn't really know how that like necessarily like works specifically with, because like you can fight back against those. Like she's a host of she's still in control of her body. But so I'm guessing she was thinking that Megan would be able to fight back, but yeah, it didn't turn out that way. I mean, that's the only reason why I think people would hate her, but like I just think she's okay. Uh, yeah, I don't really have much other to say. I think she's just okay. Not bad, okay. Kashimo, A's here. He's really good. Uh, cool fight, cool character concept. I like how he's cut from the same cloth as like Kenjaku, Sukuna, Gojo. But since he was in an era where he had nothing to really fight for, right? He's struggling to find like the reason for his strength, and he's trying to figure out like what do the strong do, and like how do they act, and like et cetera, et cetera. I mean, I might be wording that, but I feel like I'm getting my point across decently. I just really like his like character arc, if that makes sense. It's really interesting, especially his talk with Sukuna when he's about to die, or when he is dying, where he is dead. I think that was really good. And obviously, once again, best fight, one of the best fights in Pulling games. I think I like Yuji versus Higuera more. Talk about just a funny guy. Beast here. One of the best fights in JJK. I think a lot of people are mixed on the Kenjaku versus Takuma fight, but I like it. I think it's funny. Uh, I think he's funny. I think the only thing I don't like about him is his design, honestly. Like, I think the half naked suit is just a little stupid looking. But other than that, yeah. I don't even remember this guy. I can't lie. Might be crazy, maybe not. But I'll just put him F tier because he's ugly. I don't even know. I don't even remember the cockroach first speaks. Maybe I need to reread JJK because I genuinely don't remember. But Ishigori, he's cool. I think I'm putting him in B's here. He has a cool fight. He has like interesting stuff about him. I like his personality. He kind of did get just packed up by Sukuna, but he's fine. I think he's cool. Uro, I think I like her less so, but she's still cool. Like I said, cool technique. She's kind of the same boat as Ishigori. Cool technique, interesting like backstory. Really good fight. Probably like I said, one of the best. I wouldn't say best but definitely one of the best in calling games. I don't know if I would like rank JJK fights, but her fight's pretty good. Like I guess the single one she has. I don't remember if she got packed up by Sukuna like Ishigori, but yeah. Sumo guy, he's fine. Katana guy, also just fine. Yorozu, uh, okay. I mean, like, I think her fight with Sukuna was fine. I mean, she serves her purpose well. It's just that it snuffs out Sumiki in the process, which is just like, yeah. But like when she's there, she's genuinely just fine to okay. I think like her like thing about like liking Sukuna is a bit funny, but other than that, she's genuinely just fine. She's just an okay character. Okay, so we're at Modulo now. I think I'm gonna rank these characters, but I'm not gonna I'm not gonna rank the kidnapper, I'm not gonna lie. Like I guess it's technically a character, but like who cares? What else? No, I think everyone else. I think I'm gonna rank them as they are now. This might change, and I might just do a module only tier list like, when it's completely done. But right now, honestly, I think these are all really good characters. I think I'm gonna put them all honestly. I'm gonna put them all in B tier, and I might still talk about them, but I'm gonna put them all in B tier right now. Except maybe Usami and Minnow. I think Usami goes right here. I think Minos go right. Well, actually, I think I still like Usami enough. Jabaloma, I'm gonna put in C tier. I think this is Debura. I'm gonna put him in B tier. Dura, I think I'm also gonna put him in B tier. Old guy, DJ, he's a cool villain, I guess, whatever. But I really like all of Module's cast so far, at least the main like ones, like the important people. I like them all. I'd really recommend to go read Module if you haven't already. I mean, if you have already, you know what I'm talking about. It's pretty good. But yeah, I didn't talk about. I guess the chapter did technically come out today, but Rika shows up in it. It's really cool. But yeah, I really recommend checking out uh Maja. I don't want to get too deep. I guess I just spoiled that, but I don't want to get too deep in it. But just know it's good, cool characters. Really, I think so far I can't say it's better written than JJK, but it's gearing up to be. I hope it doesn't slip and fall, but I mean it's gonna be short. I feel like it's already been planned out. I think Gege's gonna be like prepared for it. So yeah, I think it'll be good. So I think this is all my rankings. Now I said I was gonna go into Yuji more, but yeah, I think I'm gonna create it here. Hetero above, boom. I'm gonna put Yuji in it. Is Isadori, Yuji. Give him a little blue color because I like blue. But yeah, Itadori is just my favorite character. I think he's the most, like honestly speaking, unless like you're really paying attention, bro. I think he's the most misunderstood by wider like JJK. Like his character arc is amazing, in my opinion. I really love how he develops over the series. Like he starts off as like I don't well, it's not even that he changes really. He doesn't really change personality wise, other than like he gets his cog mindset. He still stays mostly the same after that. It becomes more like reserved. But I just really love how his like guilt is dealt with throughout the story. And I like how like I feel like he's just done perfectly, honestly. Like he regresses at the perfect times where it makes sense. Like I remember with the Mahito fight, he got past like killing transfigured humans, but then he like has that quick character regression. He's like, maybe I like, oh, I can't kill them. They're still people. And it makes sense there because like he just witnessed like a very like serious like traumatic thing for him. Like his mentor essentially, like second mentor died, and the other one's already like sealed. But the thing is like he doesn't have a chance to get him back. Like Gojo, they have a chance to get back. Like I think Mekamaru told him that they have to recover Gojo. It's possible to get him back, but I just really like how he has like those perfect like moments of character regression. I think all his like dialogue, especially like the one talk he has like Megami, is just good, good. The one he has with Megami and Shinjuku and Itadori execution, they're both good, and I think he's just a really good character. I wish I could articulate myself better on it, but I think he's the best written character in JJK. And I feel like a lot of people, if they really went back and like analyzed it, and obviously not everyone's gonna do that, but I feel like if everyone went back, analyzed it, and like really looked at his character, I feel like they would feel the same way. But obviously, that's my opinion. And someone could still do that and still come to the conclusion, like Choso, Gojo, probably not mine, but that'd probably be their favorite. Like the best written characters, they'll come to a different conclusion. But for me, I think JJK is the. Oops, just hit my mic. I think Yuji's the best written, and I think he's the coolest, best fights. He's in all of like the top fights, in my opinion, in all across JJK in every arc. And yeah, I just like him. So this is my list. I'm gonna zoom out. I think I might, what I do, I didn't do it with my Marvel one, which was like months ago, but I'm gonna zoom out. I think I'm gonna take a screenshot of this and post it to the community tab. You can leave your like, I guess you can't really post images there, but you can leave like what you have in your S tier as characters in there. If you, if whoever watches this, I doubt this will get like many views, but I'm kind of just doing this for fun. But yeah, this was my list. I don't think there's anything I'd change, honestly. Yeah, I don't think there's anything I'd change. But I think I did pretty decently. I think some people would disagree with Gojo and B tier specifically, or like maybe Mahito and like F tier where I put him. But I think I explained why decently well I have him there. And if you think Maharug is a character, you're stupid. That's pretty much it. I think the next tier list, I don't know if you saw it in the tabs, but I got uh Bleach right here. I got MHA right here. And I think that I'll do a few others, like I said, I talked about in like my intro video. I like Fire Emblem, so I might do a Fire Emblem one about either the games or like a certain like games character like list. But other than that, I think that's it. Peace. Oh, like and subscribe. I guess I never said that. Like and subscribe. It's like the YouTuber thing. All right, peace.